I'm Kurt, president of A Better Solution in Home Care. And so, if you're thinking about home care as a business and thinking that this might be the right business for you, something that you're interested in, obviously a question that's going to come up for you is, should I do this myself or should I do this as a part of a franchise system? And I get that question all the time. And a lot of times people are thinking, so what do I really get being part of a franchise system? And really the number one thing is our proven business practices. A lot of people might start that conversation with, you've got a brand, you've got marketing materials and things such as that. And although that's very important, right? Franchising is a licensing agreement. You're able to do business under that franchisor's brand. Proven business practices are really the most important thing. You're getting involved in a business where you don't have to spend your time developing policies and procedures and forms. But most importantly, you end up saving money over the long run because you're avoiding making expensive mistakes. Now, when you're thinking about being part of a franchise system possibly and really inheriting those proven business practices, also, those proven business practices are designed really to help you create a business that's going to have lesser potential of failure than if you just went into this on your own and you're learning on the fly. So, all of that being said, I do feel that it's important if you're leaning toward being a part of a franchise system to really investigate franchise systems and investigate the experience that franchisor has in the business of home care. How long have they had a corporate shop doing this? Do they still do the business of home care? Are they still in the business of home care? This is an industry that is changing and growing, all good things, but you want to make sure that your franchisor is on the cutting edge of an industry like this. So being part of a franchise system enables you to work with your franchisor to really ensure that you're establishing a territory of operation that not only meets your needs and expectations, but also a territory for operating your business where the franchisor has done some investigation as to the important metrics. And if you're doing this on your own, you may know some of the metrics that are important, but you may not know all the metrics and demographics that are important to really represent a strong home care territory. And so if you're looking at becoming a home care franchisee, certainly your franchisor can help with those, and that can be very valuable support and assistance. In addition, a vast majority of states in the U.S. do regulate non-medical home care. There's only very few states today, maybe 5 or 6, that do not currently regulate non-medical home care. But there's no federal standards. So all states have different licensing requirements. And so when you're working with a franchisor in this industry, they can typically help you get through that licensure process or provide consultants that can do that. In our brand, we can actually do that licensing work from beginning to end on your behalf to really take the burden of going through that process away from you. And so if you're doing this independently, you do have to grapple with how are you going to get a licensing application in and get your business licensed. Well, obviously being part of a franchise system does bring the value of branding, of marketing collateral. Lots of time goes into developing the look and feel of marketing collaterals, brand, logo identification, etc. And so that is a very valuable part of being part of a franchise system in that you have that marketing collateral, branding really there at your fingertips to utilize. And of course, training. Training is incredibly important. One must ask themselves if they're thinking about starting a business, how are they going to become an expert in that business? And if you're going about starting a home care business on your own, becoming an expert in this industry is going to take a lot of time. And so it makes a lot of sense to be involved in a franchise system where in our brand, we've had well over 20 years of experience in the industry of home care, the business of home care. And we really pass that experience on to our franchisees via a formal comprehensive training program. And then beyond the training program, when you're part of a franchise system, you have coaches to consult with anytime you need support. So if something happens in your business, you don't know what to do, you can call your coach. You need additional support or training or insight into a particular area of the business, your coaches and your franchisor can help you out. Let's say you hire some new staff to work in your office and you need to have some training done with them. Your franchisor can help you with that. And so the training and coaching and ongoing support and education, that is an extremely important and very, very valuable part of being in a franchise system. Another very important and valuable piece of being part of a franchise system are the peer relationships available to you. You have a built-in network of other individuals that are in the same boat as you. Not only are they in the same business as you, but they're in the same brand as you. And so having peers that you can reach out to and that can support you in your business endeavors is very, very valuable and very important. Obviously, being a part of a franchise system, you're going to have access to a variety of vendors for any business need that comes up. You're going to have access to vendors that you're not having to, do that research and find trusted vendors on your own. You're working with a franchisor who already has a network of trusted and professional vendors for any need that you're going to encounter in your business. The cost of getting into a home care franchise versus doing this independently. Some folks, think that, not doing this independently, obviously you can avoid paying royalties. But, therein lies a question, which is what is the value? What do you get for royalties, et cetera? And what are you going to be looking at if you're not part of a franchise system? Well, if you're not part of a franchise system, you're certainly going to have the same licensing expenses, insurance expenses as you would have as you're part of a franchise system. But you're also going to have marketing expenses, meaning you're going to have to develop marketing collateral. You're going to have to ensure that you're developing branding. You're going to be, paying to build a website or doing that yourself. And hopefully it's a website that's functional. Anything else you want to add to your infrastructure, you're going to have to, build that out. In addition, in terms of if you don't come from this industry, probably going to need some coaching and some support to really understand how to penetrate your marketplace and build a successful business. And so these are all things that are built into being part of a franchise system. Not to mention, businesses in general, franchise businesses have a higher success rate, a lower failure rate than non-franchise businesses. So that's very important as well, because sometimes people start up a business on their own, fail, and really find out that could be very, very costly. And so, being part of a franchise system, obviously the built-in branding, marketing, etc., but also those extremely valuable coaching sessions that you're going to get with your franchisor, the ability to lean on your coaching team anytime, and really having those formal and informal support meetings and ability to work through things in your business with a coach that you're not paying them. And this can be very expensive if you ever investigated the cost of consultants that consult with home care owners. It's going to be a very, very expensive endeavor. Coaching packages can cost tens of thousands of dollars sometimes. And so that's a very valuable part. And it's something that's with you as long as you're part of a franchise system, you're receiving that support. Not to mention regular educational sessions and webinars and a variety of topics that as a franchisor we know are important to your business. And so continuing to advance your knowledge base in this industry as you move your business forward. If you'd like to learn more about franchising with a better solution in home care, we invite you to visit our website at www.homecarefranchisepartners.com.